Today I'd like to introduce you very briefly to a quick 2-minute test that you can do with anyone, including yourself. The fact is, you can only consciously attend to about 7 things at any given time. 7 plus or minus 2 things. Sometimes on a good day you might say 9 things. If people are very stressed, it can come right the way down to 2 or even 1. And that's when people do things that they later say, you know, I'm not like that. Well, but they are, because they did whatever it was. But how does this actually come out? So one of the funny things, and this is a test that you can do for yourself, and you can try it out today. So go out there and try it out there, right? Okay, is as simple as this. If you take something that you know about, that you definitely know about, like fruit, for example, how many types of fruit can you name without going or hesitating? The chances are you'll get 4 or 5, maybe 6 out, and then you'll either stop while you think about it again, or you'll actually say and think about it. And there you go. So try it with yourself. It might be more difficult for you to do now that I've told you that you're only going to get that many out before you start to make a list. Some exceptional people might be able to get 10 or 11 out, but it's really just the exception to the rule. My point about all of this is, if you can only name like 7 things, if you can only attend to 7 things, whether it's names of your family or types of brands of toothpaste or types of fruit or vegetables or something that you really, obviously could know a lot about and be able to reel off all the names. The thing is, isn't it important to pay attention to what you're doing with those 7 things at any given point? What you're attending to, where you're dwelling with your mind, is going to guide the way that you encounter your world. So if I went around thinking I'm not good enough, if that's one of the 7 thoughts, the 7 things that I'm attending to during that period, then of course I'm not good enough, because I think that I'm not good enough, and therefore I will experience the world from that viewpoint. It's so much easier to get outside of that and do something else with it. So I'm not here to tell you today what you can do to make a difference that makes a difference with all of that. I just thought it might be interesting for you to actually have a go. And hit up your friends, people that you meet. Just ask them about, 7 things. 7, if they come from a large family, how many can they name before they resort to... The thing is, you download into the buffer, and then you empty the buffer, and then you have to go for more. So once you know that, you can start to focus in on what you're actually doing with your mind, because your thoughts and your words are all evaluations to the unconscious mind for what it is that you want to encounter in your world. So I think it's kind of important. But it starts off with a simple exercise, a simple test, which I've just given you, which is the 7 plus or minus 2 things test. So go ahead, try it out now with yourself, and also, try it out with 2 or 3 other people today, just so you can get a feel for the idea that people really do only contain a few things in their mind at any given point. And then remember that I've said, if that's all that you've got, wouldn't it be important to learn a set of tools from which you can become more aware of those choices that you're making about the world that you encounter, and how to adjust the way that you're doing that so that it becomes better and better for you over time? If you want to know more about how to go about doing that, then by all means, get in touch, pick up the phone me, and we can have a brief conversation about that. Or maybe you wish to discover for yourself just how to go about learning how to improve your life beyond the scope of your present imagination, into somewhere else.